Life in the UK test, courts in the UK. The judiciary in the UK consists of three systems of courts. The word judiciary means groups of judges in a court system. The three judicial systems are those used in England and Wales, in Scotland and in Northern Ireland. Both Scotland and Ireland and later Northern Ireland kept their own legal systems after the Acts of Union 1707 and 1800. Criminal law deals with minor and major crimes. Minor crimes are also called petty crimes such as theft, damage to property or antisocial behavior. People who commit minor crimes are usually fined or receive community service orders. Serious crimes or grave offences may attract a punishment of life in prison. Serious crimes include homicide as well as assault occasioning actual bodily harm. Other crimes are crimes against the state, including engaging in conduct in preparation for acts of terrorism. Another crime, aggravated burglary, can attract a life sentence under the Theft Act of 1968. Crimes committed predominantly against women include domestic violence and sexual assault. Sexual assault or rape is when a woman is forced to have sexual intercourse without consent even within marriage. Sexual assault is a crime under the Sexual Offences Act 2003. Women who are victims of domestic violence often find safety in shelters or women's refuges. Any practice of female genital mutilation is prohibited under the Female Genital Mutilation Act 2003. It can attract a prison sentence of 14 years. FGM is the partial or total removal of the external female genitalia for non-medical reasons. Forced marriage is a civil offence which is covered under the Forced Marriage Act of 2007 in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. In Scotland the Forced Marriage etc. Protection and Jurisdiction, Scotland, Act of 2011 carries the same force. Whilst the law is a civil law, if it is not followed, perpetrators can be jailed for up to 2 years. In England, Wales and Northern Ireland minor criminal cases are heard in the Magistrates' Court. Magistrates' courts are presided over by magistrates or lay magistrates called Justices of the Peace. There is no jury and only summary or minor criminal offences are heard. Sentences in this court include fines and short custodial sentences. In Scotland minor criminal cases are heard in the Justice of the Peace Court. Magistrates and JPs are not paid in England, Scotland and Wales. In Northern Ireland, deputy district and district judges are legally qualified lawyers who are paid to work in the Magistrates' Court. The Crown Court can hear appeals from the Magistrates' Courts. Defendants are referred to the Crown Court for sentencing if the offence deserves a greater punishment than given in the Magistrates' Court. The Crown Court tries cases in front of a judge and a jury. In England, Wales and Northern Ireland there are 12 members of a jury. In Scotland serious cases, called solemn procedures, are tried in the Sheriff Court before a judge. Extremely serious cases, called summary procedures, are tried in the High Court with a judge and jury of 15. A simple majority of 8 to 7 is enough to decide whether the verdict is guilty, not guilty or not proven. Civil law is the law which deals with non-criminal law disputes between people or organizations. Four types of civil law are the law of contracts, law of property, family law and torts law. Torts law deals with legal wrongs such as disputes between neighbors, breach of contracts or bankruptcy. In England and Wales, most civil claims are dealt with in the county courts. Civil law in the UK is not a codified system but consists of laws made by Parliament and previous decisions made by courts. Cases which involve large sums of money are heard in the High Court of England. In Scotland, sheriff courts deal with most of the civil cases apart from cases involving large sums of money. These cases are held in the Court of Session in Edinburgh. People who are owed a small sum of money can take the claim to the Small Claims Court. Claims which may be brought include compensation cases for faulty goods or disputes between landlords and tenants for unpaid rent. Claimants can bring claims of less than £5,000 in England and Wales. In Scotland and Northern Ireland the claim must be less than £3,000. In England, Wales and Northern Ireland, court cases involving children aged between 10 and 18 are held in youth courts. Youth courts are presided over either by 3 trained magistrates or a district judge. Cases such as theft, antisocial behavior and drug offences are decided here. More serious cases such as aggravated assault start in a youth court but are passed on to a Crown Court. In Northern Ireland, youth conferences are held to consider the most appropriate punishment for a young person who has committed an offence. In Scotland, the Children's Hearings System conducts legal meetings to make decisions about young people who have committed a crime. Legal advice can be obtained from solicitors who are trained lawyers or from the Citizens Advice Bureau. The CAB advises on legal, financial and other problems, dealing with problems from debt and employment to housing and immigration. They also campaign for change at a political level by influencing policy makers.